Welcome to the Leap of Faith podcast, teaching you to excel your business idea with less stress and more confidence. Today on our show, we have a special guest. Why don't you introduce yourself and tell us more about your business? Hey, okay, thanks for having me. I'm Mason, and I run Connectopedia. It's a space where you get to play video games, connect with your community, plus it supports competitive gaming such as League of Legends. We also host tournaments, and we have a cafe in our building. When did you first start sharing what is your biggest risk you face? Well, the biggest risk we ever faced was the stigma around women gaming. Most of my audience was men when we first opened. They'd only play with each other, and there was really no space for a girl or a woman to come play. So we innovated. We created a girls' gaming night at a women's only tournament circuit. At first, we were scared, but it seems to have really drawn a crowd. Talk to us about the financial risk you undertook. Definitely buying our first 5 PCs. PCs are really expensive, and buying the first 5 was a big risk, especially not knowing if we could turn a profit. With the RAM prices and the GPU prices right now being out of control, it was very hard to start up a business like this. What other business do you consider your biggest competition, and how would you deal with this competition? There really is no one like us around here. It's a very new concept, and I don't think many people have tried to innovate on it yet. As you expand your business, you have to put trust in others. Can you tell us about the people you've hired and why you choose them? Yes, absolutely. When Connected PS started growing, I realized I couldn't do everything by myself. Managing tournaments, running the cafe, handling marketing, it was too much for one person. I had to trust others, which was honestly a risk in itself. My first hire was a tech lead who had real experience in gaming networks and esports events. He helped make sure our systems ran smoothly during live tournaments. Then I brought in a community manager. She undertook how to create and welcome an environment, especially when new gamers and women were just getting into the scene. Each person I hired had a shared vision, gaming as a connection, not as competition alone. Trusting them to carry the vision forward was scary, but their passion turned out to be the biggest risk return of all time. I do not regret my investment from it, and it's all I could ask for. Where do you seek information to help you freshly? Honestly, seeing people walk into Connectopedia and instantly feel at home has been the most rewarding part. As I see packed tournaments or just a group of friends hanging out over coffee and consoles, I realize we've built a more inviting gaming space and a community. Watching others play, connect, and find teams, even form friendships that have all started here, that's what makes all this stress and risk worth it. Tell us more about why you chose this business concept. How did passion play a role? Honestly, Connectopedia came with a mix of passion and frustration. I've always loved gaming, but I felt there was something missing. A true community space where gamers could meet face to face, not just online. I wanted to create a place that collaborated connections and celebrated competition. My passion for gaming pushed me to build an environment that welcomes everyone. Whether you're pro competing in a tournament of someone just looking for relaxed to play casually, or you're someone who's looking to try and start competing professionally. The passion really fueled every direction from the cafe setup to the events we host. It keeps me motivated to keep growing and innovating what Connectedpedia stands for. What advice do you have for someone who wants to start a business but feels held back by the risks of entrepreneurship? I'd say you have to start small, but don't let the fear of risk keep you down. You have to keep moving. Every business begins with uncertainty, but you'll never know what's really possible unless you take the first step. Focus on learning instead of failing on every challenge. Even if you fail, that means you're going to learn something new and something valuable. Surround yourself with supportive people who believe in your vision. That makes risk feel a lot less scary. And remember, the goal isn't to eliminate risk, it's to manage and plan. It's to manage and plan with passion and persistence. Do you think the risks of entrepreneurship are worth the reward? Why or why not? Absolutely. The risks are 100% worth it. Entrepreneurship pushes you to grow in ways you never expected. Sure, there are moments of doubt and sleepless nights, but you see that your idea come to life and the impact of people. It's incredible. A sense of ownership, the freedom to create, the connections you make along the way outweigh the fear of failure. In my case, Seek and Connectopedia become a community hub, providing that taking a risk, that one risk, was one of the best decisions I've ever made. Like I like to end the show with a few fun questions. Tell us your most proud moment of business, your coffee order, and your favorite show. My most proud time in the business was creating the women's league and the tournament circuit we first set up. And personally, I like a matcha latte. And one of my favorite TV shows of all time was Total Drama Island. Well, thank you for listening today. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you love this podcast as much as we do. Please leave a review. We hope you've gained a little confidence to make your entrepreneurship less stressful.